Welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that sorts the facts from the fibs. On David Mitchell's team tonight, all the way from the One Show studio, it's Alex Jones. And he's the Crime Watch copper-turned-scam interceptor, Rav Wilding. And with Lee Mack tonight, stand-up comedian and star of Scared of the Dark, it's Chris McCausland. And a comedy actress and bona fide national treasure. Say hi to Sue Pollard.
Thank you.
We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, they've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Chris is first up tonight.
All these years, I have been pretending to be blind. If only. Lee, would you read that for me, please?
Every night, I use an unusual technique to make sure I wake up on time in the morning.
All right, David's team.
OK, so what is the unusual technique?
The usual way of making sure you wake up in the morning at the right time would be to set an alarm clock.
Yes.
Yes.
I've heard of that.
OK,
So, and you do something different. Well, we don't need to know what. I think we'll go true.
what I've done is I have trained my brain to wake itself up
No, you haven't.
at the right time.
By doing what?
When I'm lying in bed, I will bang out the time on the pillow with
Right.
my head,
Right.
saying the hours for the time that I want to wake up.
Yeah.
And that subconsciously programs the time.
Chris,
Yes.
are you all right?
And how accurate is this?
50-50.
Where did this idea come to you from?
I read it in a book.
What was the name of the book?
The book was called Last Man Standing. It was a fictional book, David.
It was a fictional book from which you were taking lifestyle tips.
Well, do you know when you read something and it sticks in your head as an idea to try?
This may help you, David. Give us a demonstration, if you would, of the severity of the headbang. You're settling down at the end of the night.
OK, Lee, I'm going to turn around a bit and use you as a pillow.
All right.
Oh, so I'm in
Put
bed.
my arm there, yeah.
Oh, my pillow's firmer than that. So I want to get up at 7:30 in the morning, so I'm like, I go 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and if I want to get up at 7:30, I go 7:30.
Chris, I don't know whether you've got a partner or a wife or somebody who shares
He
a
used to
bed
have a
with
wife,
you.
he headbutted her to death.
Is there anybody else in the bed with you, Chris?
So I mean, I tour a lot.
So some nights yes, some nights no.
I tour a lot, I'm away a lot, but when I'm at home, I do have a wife. I mean, I have a wife all the time.
What are you thinking, David's team? Alex, what do you think?
Oh, it's so unbelievable. It's believable.
Yeah, and also I do think that if you tell yourself you need to wake up at a certain time, the chances of waking up then are higher than you'd think. It's not totally random.
Well, let's give it a go tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
You make it
realise we were
sound as
gonna-
if you're sharing a bed. So I think you're saying it's true.
Well, are we happy to say true? Yeah, I think we're going to go with true.
OK, Chris, they think you were telling the truth. Were you, or was it a lie?
Everyone will be trying it tonight. It's true.
Yes!
Yes, it's true. Chris does use an unusual technique to wake up. Rav, you're next.
During my driving test, the examiner made me pull over because he'd spotted someone breaking into his house.
Lee's team.
Driving test or driving instruction?
Driving test.
You're actually on your test. And... How old were you then?
18, I think.
And talk us through the conversation.
I was going down the the dual carriageway, that bit was fine, and then we pulled off and we went to a residential area. I didn't know the
You just
area.
changed that, didn't you? We're going down the dual carriageway, and then we pulled off and went to a residential area.
I remember that bit was
What
going
houses
well.
are that could be broken into? Yes, carry on, Rav.
And we pulled off,
Yeah.
and he just screamed, stop.
Just screamed, stop. Yes.
So I stopped the car.
So you stopped the car?
And he ran out.
So we got out, and did he even say
ran
what he was
to
doing?
a house that had a ladder.
Oh, he didn't tell you
outside.
anything. He just ran out
No,
of
he
the
just
car.
ran.
So at this point, you're thinking, I'm not doing very well, am I?
But I knew something was up because...
He'd said stop and ran out of the car.
No, because mine's...
Exactly the same thing happened on my driving test.
He just ran out the car
Right.
and ran to the house that had a ladder on the outside
Yeah.
because he thought someone was breaking into the house,
Right.
which I later found out.
Talk us through then what happens.
He came back and said, no one's breaking into the house. It was the window cleaner.
I've got a question for you. That house must have been empty, otherwise he wouldn't have been so panicky, correct?
Quite possibly, I don't know.
Where was the window cleaner getting the water?
An outside tap.
I
All right, what are we thinking? Sue, what do you make of this?
Well, you see, I'm just thinking the examiner could have actually liked the look of that house and said stop and dashed up because he probably thought, I just want to see if there's anything worth myself burgling.
Oh, you thought he was a burglar?
Yes. it
So
could
you
well
thought
have
my
been.
examiner
That's
turned
a-
burglar?
There's an angle we hadn't thought of.
Yes. Did he have any jewels when he came back?
I like the way Sue thinks her job here is to develop the story.
Sue, I could see you and Rav, primetime BBC One, as a new crime-fighting duo. He's very much the traditional copper, but you think a little bit outside of the box.
Oh, I'd be like Sister Boniface.
Who's Sister Boniface?
She's a nun who's a detective.
What channel's Sister Boniface on?
20.
Channel 20. I've not
Channel
heard of
20.
Channel 20 or Sister Boniface, but this is... I'm going to write this down.
What do you reckon, Chris?
So do I think that Rav had to stop his car in a driving test because the driving instructor saw a man on a ladder at his house and thought it was a burglar, but it was the window cleaner? Yes, I do.
You think it's true?
Wow.
Susan
Sue.
Pollard.
Oh, dear. I'm going to go... it's...
What are you thinking? I'll help you with your dilemma.
Well, you've been hopeless so far. You're not giving me anything.
You think out loud, Sue. Can I just say, your character in Heidi High, I always thought was an exaggeration of your character. Turns out it was toned down, wasn't it?
It is true.
You say true. We'll say
Going
we'll
for
take
true.
that.
True.
I'm going to go with my teammates and say it's true.
OK. Rav, you've convinced them, but was it the truth or was it a lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Rav didn't have to pull over during his driving test. I'm filled with trepidation as I say these next words. Sue, you're next.
Oh, God, I wish I was dead. No, I don't really. I once had to reprimand a pantomime cow when it started an argument with itself.
David's team.
OK.
Right.
Which panto, Sue?
The clue is pantomime cow.
Yes.
So just deduce how many pantos that you can remember the title of, and that would help you to get...
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
She's turned the tables on her. Yeah, we helped her, yeah. And what happened?
I was Jack.
You were Jack?
Yes.
Was
right.
this when you were already known?
Yes, I suppose, yeah. In people's houses, not burgling,
yeah.
with no steps. Like the ladders.
Oh, do you remember the good old days of entertainments when there was no steps?
Oh, they're a great group.
I was just did it for comic effect.
Yeah, but that was all right, but nobody laughed.
Hey, David, Sue can come again.
So you're on stage. You're
Yes.
playing Jack. You're leading the cow. So this is during a show.
Yes.
Yes.
Suddenly there seemed to be some sort of verbal ping-pong happening within the skin. And it was a really poignant moment.
Yeah.
But with this kerfuffle inside the skin...
Can we call it costume? It's a bit... Something around the word skin that's making it a bit not child-friendly.
OK, yeah.
Inside the cow's flesh, there were voices raised.
Who was in there? Are these not famous people, because you're not when you're playing the cow? Who was in there?
It was a mother and son.
And what sort of things were they saying to each other, then?
Well, as I recall...
Why did you have beans?
Yes. Oh, that was done in the other scene before. So they mentioned the beans.
I think Lee was making a joke that the person at the front might have had a bit of wind.
You should have chosen a different sort of farty food, because saying beans...
I forgot there was beans in Jackie the
People are just thinking the beans store.
I know.
You're supposed to be a professional.
I know. What else causes wind?
Brussels sprouts.
I'll go for that.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're Christmassy like panto.
Perfect.
It was an open goal.
I've got a better idea.
The verbal ping-pong started with the mother saying, "You're not bringing her round to the house again."
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So she's chosen this moment in the middle of your poignant scene to bring up a difficult issue about the son's current relationship.
Yes.
This is a more gripping piece of drama than anything about the cow and the beans.
Rav, what do you make of this?
No, I'm not having it at all.
It's a lot on the line when you make a decision, because, of course, being an ex-policeman,
Well,
we are going to judge you on
you
your
are.
ability to read people, aren't we?
Yeah, very much
And you
so.
don't believe her?
No.
Maybe the reason Rav left the police force is he could never tell when anyone was lying.
Alex, what about you?
Oh, see, I love you, Sue, and I think this is absolutely something that could be true.
It's also very realistic. There's beef going on in the cow.
Very good.
We're going to go true.
Saying it's true. Well, Sue, they think it's true. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was true.
Well done.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Raymond. So, Alex, what is Raymond to you?
This is Raymond, and when I went into labour, instead of rushing to the hospital, I rushed to his pet shop.
Rav, how do you know Raymond?
This is Raymond, and I cost him the £250,000 question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
David, what is your relationship with Raymond?
This is Raymond, and he's the bird expert who taught me how to make friends with the crow who was bullying me.
So there we have it. Alex's pet shop pal, Rav's fed-up friend, or David's crow consultant.
OK, let's start with Alex. Which child was this? Was your first child, or...?
First one. I was having contractions, and it was time to go to the hospital. I'd put it off, but as we were about to leave the house, I saw my hamsters.
Right.
And they didn't have any of the chewy sticks that they loved left. And I know I'm going to hospital, potentially for a few days.
Right.
So I thought, I'm going to have to stop by the pet shop to get some new sticks.
Well, you have a husband.
Yeah.
You know what the next question is. Why didn't he go and have the baby and you go and get the sticks? Where's hubby?
Fixing some wardrobes.
Oh, he's at home?
Yeah. He didn't like the hamsters.
This doesn't make any sense.
What?
No, you could always take the hamsters with
To hospital?
you. Yes. Because it's...
Oh, yeah, good practical joke. father had big cheeks?
Yeah. No, but they could be classed as a support.
Support
Pet.
They could get very funny about rodents in hospitals.
Yeah.
You said St. Charlie was fixing wardrobes.
Yeah.
Priorities is a word that's coming to my mind.
He's very strange, Rob.
He's not Welsh, is he? Well, this is the mistake you've made, Alex. This is you've weakened the bloodline by going with one of these English. What do you expect to
I
happen?
looked, Rob, and I couldn't find one, and then I settled, and this is where we are.
Yeah, but Roland, actually...
Raymond.
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 Sorry. I'm so sorry, Raymond. You seem nice. Are you married?
He's not allowed to speak.
Oh, yeah, but he's got a lovely smile and he's dying to break out. No, he could have taken the hamster's treats with him, you know, to your house for the hamsters. So you could
it's
have
not
driven...
Deliveroo. I mean...
It's very hard to walk into a pet shop, buy two little sticks that are probably 30p each again. I'd like them delivered.
Right, who would you like to quiz next?
Rav, so you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Raymond was on. I was the phone a friend.
Oh, you were the phone a friend?
I was the phone a friend, yeah.
Was it the celebrity version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No, it was just the normal one. This is years ago. Years and years
So this
ago.
was before your television days?
Yeah, I'd never been on telly then.
But also, I think even in the celebrity one, it's the people on that are the celebrity. not the people... Because it's not getting the best out of a celebrity, it's just having them on the phone.
Are you still friends, though? He forgave you, I imagine, for that one almighty upset. You could have changed his life forever.
He'd be able to give up the pet shop.
And the boys. Yeah.
And indulge his love of birds.
Yeah.
How did he, Rav, how did he react when this
Or
happened?
not.
So it's actually really awkward because I haven't actually seen him since then.
Well, I thought you were friends.
We were.
And he fell out over this?
Yeah.
So-
I've sent a few texts and that was it. This is the closest we've been.
What was the question?
It was, who is the first director to win 2 Best Director Academy Awards? And when they phoned me, it was a 50-50, so there was only 2 left.
And who were the
Two.
options?
Steven Spielberg and Oliver Stone.
Imagine I'm phoning you, Lee, and they've asked me that question. Lee, it's Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I got to phone a friend. David wasn't in, so this is the question, right? Who was the first director to win 2 Best Director Academy Awards? Now, the choices are, and think about it, Lee, Oliver Stone or Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, sorry, Rob, you said the choices are... It's actually the options are. You only have 1 choice, you have 2 options. Sorry. Sorry, Rob, have we run out of time? Bye.
So what did you say the answer was?
I said Steven Spielberg.
Right.
And I thought that was the correct answer.
And it's not Spielberg.
It's not.
Give us an example of the kinds of messages you sent him afterwards to try and make, you know, mend bridges.
Well, I actually... first of all, I just said, I'm so sorry. I thought it was right. Got 2 ticks and nothing more.
How long ago was this?
2001.
2001, you got 2 ticks.
2 ticks.
In 2001, you got 2 ticks.
BBM.
What?
BlackBerry Messenger.
BlackBerry
Used to get 2 ticks
Messenger.
if the message was read.
Nice save there, Nice save.
We used to work together and then...
What was he? Was he a policeman?
Yeah, we were at training together.
Did he carry on being a policeman?
Yeah, he went off to uniform.
Does he look like a copper, Lee?
Does he look like a copper? That's a good question. He stood like a copper.
Yeah.
He's got his hands behind his back, and he's wearing a policeman's outfit. Here's the question, Rav. What made him think that you're the man to go to for movies?
So we were at training school together for 18 weeks and we used to do pub quizzes together at the pub around the corner from training school, and I was a bit of a movie buff.
OK. So was that Hendon, then?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember the pub?
Yeah.
Rav definitely was a policeman. That's definite.
No, I'm just talking about the pub so I can make sure that he remembers the name of the pub, and that would coincide with the rest of his truths.
Gotcha.
Or not.
Rav, my client wants to know what was the name of the pub in Hendon?
The Cladder Ring.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
Oh, the
All right, now then, what about David?
OK.
David and the Crow.
Right. What was the crow doing to you that you would say constituted bullying?
Well, it was flying at me.
Right.
And
Was your wife still covering your face in seeds?
No bird food had been applied to me by my wife. I was just
Please just use that in the trailer.
Yeah, I was going... But I would leave the house and it would fly towards me, and on a couple of times it sort of slightly hit me in the head.
Do you think it was trying to attack you?
Yes!
Why?
Well,
Why you?
Because it hated me.
How often did the crow attack you?
Most days when I left the house, it would attack me.
So we were talking over what period?
Over a period of about a week to 10 days.
How does Raymond come into the story?
Well, he's the crow. No, he is from the RSPB. He came round to see what was going on. And,
Did he witness it?
yes, he saw that...
he waited for you
and the
to...
thing he's told me is that crows are very intelligent birds.
Right.
And they recognise people.
Oh, they watch telly, do they? these
Exactly.
crows?
So, and yeah, it turned out the crow hated Peep Show. So, and he said, "You've probably done something to sort of threaten or upset it without realising it."
Had you?
Well, the only thing we could think of
When you tried to shoot that crow?
is that he said that the crow was nesting in the sort of eaves of the house, and there's a sort of creepery thing getting in the way of a window, and I'd hacked it back a bit. And he said, well, maybe it was that. And this has enraged the crow, and so he's going to go for you until he's driven you out of the house.
So what did you do then?
We moved house.
But seriously, because you said it happened over a week to 10 days.
Yeah, what he said is what you need to do is curry favour with the crow, putting out little treats for it, and it worked.
What was the
treats
treats?
did you give to the crow?
Nuts.
Nuts.
But the crow's got to see you doing it. Otherwise, the crow just thinks they've cleverly found their own nuts.
I hope this is true, because that's an image, isn't it? If you go, now I've got you some nuts, look!
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Raymond Alex's pet shop pal, Rav's fed-up friend, or David's crow consultant?
I mean, why wouldn't a crow want to attack him? You can just imagine leaving in the house, can't you? Goodbye, goodbye. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. Hello, trees.
Hello, world!
Hello, Mr. Crow.
I'm not a children's character.
But you know what? If it's Rav, why on earth would you invite him in a roundabout way to a show that you happen to be on?
Because after he lost £250,000, he'll do anything for 50 quid and a free hotel.
Ravi's, you've just gone...
What does that mean?
Body language.
Oh, do you know about body language?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The liars go like that, or they sometimes go like that.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a get tell, isn't it? It's like that.
What do people who are telling the truth do, Sue?
They just look it in the eye steadfastly.
Yeah?
Right? And really, look at that, you see, and really engaged, or like David's doing, they go...
And occasionally they will drop their trousers.
Yeah. No, they'll...
Unfortunately, as you know, I'm nude from the waist down.
No wonder the Crow King's attacking you.
Oh, God.
The early bird.
Yeah.
OK, Lee, time to go for a guess.
I think it's feasible that it is David.
You're going for David. Chris, you're going for...
Raymond. No,
Rav.
No, he's not allowed to speak.
What are you saying, Lee?
I think it's Rav.
So you're saying it's Rav. Raymond, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Raymond, and Alex came in my pet shop while she was in labour.
Yes, Raymond is Alex's pet shop pal. Thank you very much, Raymond.
Oh, thank you. Raymond was fabulous.
Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Lies, and we start with... It's Sue.
I never go anywhere without a party blower. true.
David's team.
Now, a party blower, do you mean one of those things that unfurl?
It goes in the mouth,
Yeah.
usually, and then it has a curly end.
Yeah.
And you go, you blow as hard as you can, and it makes a noise.
How long have you been doing this, Sue?
30 years.
30 years.
Because it's a joyful thing. And also, you'd be surprised how many people like a blow and there's nothing there.
How many do you go through in a year?
Probably about over 200
200.
a year.
200 a year?
Absolutely.
Do you carry anything else unusual around with you?
Well, yes, because I do like tomatoes every day. I like a tomato because whenever you go to a restaurant, you know what it's like. And you
They
say,
never have tomatoes.
No, they don't. It's always just a green salad, and it's so dull.
I think the tomato would get squishy.
No, but you didn't ask me where I keep the tomatoes.
Where do you
didn't
keep
know.
the
So,
tomatoes, Sue?
Well, just whenever I can find a spare, thing that I can put it in.
I'd say, having teed up the question, where do you keep the tomato, you then gave quite a disappointing answer. You know what? I believe the party blower, but I don't believe the tomato.
To be fair, that's not part of the card. The card, I
but
think...
by the strict rules of the game, all of the things expressed around a truth must be true.
Well, that's very true.
Yeah.
Are you telling the truth about the tomato?
The tomato story is...
Oh, wait! Just asking you if the tomato bit was true. There's no need to press your button yet.
We're just chatting now.
Is the tomato bit true? Yes, it is.
So you're sticking to your story, the tomato and the party blower.
What are you going to say?
She carries a tomato.
Truth
Is
or
that
lie?
true? Yeah, it is true, isn't
I
it?
think it is.
Yeah, it's true.
You're going to say true?
We're going true.
OK, Sue, they've said it's true. So, were you telling the truth, or was it all a lie?
I was telling the... It was true.
It's true. Sue never goes anywhere without a party blower. That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that Lee's team have no points and David's team have 5 points. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.